Hello, I'm Rose Diamond from Tribe in Transition, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about co-creation and developing the skills of co-creation. Because as a tribe in transition, we are moving from a very individualistic culture to a co-creative culture. So this is the actual cusp that we're sitting on. This is our growing edge. And most of us, sometimes co-creation can be really simple and beautiful and just flows easily and spontaneously, and it's very exciting and expansive, and other times it's really hard for all of us. So I just want to explore that a little bit. So the co-creation is really a new meme in our world, in our society, something that we are inventing and developing together. And those of us who are learning to be conscious, empowered creators are also learning these skills of co-creation. Because even when we're actually just creating on our own, we're still in a process of co-creation. We're creating with something bigger than ourselves, with inspiration, with impulses with the evolutionary impulse, with our soul, whatever you like to, whatever words you like to put to that. But we are always in a process of co-creation. We are always in that mode of needing to listen to what it is that wants to come through us, and to be in service to that, and to learn how to bring that through in the most skilled way that we can. So with co-creation, moving to this co-creative culture, which we're actually in the process of co-creating. It's about that shift from me to we, from the realization that none of us can actually do this on our own. When I say we can't do this, I mean we can't do anything on our own, actually. We're totally interdependent. Our world is totally interdependent. And we certainly can't create a whole new world on our own. We need each other. And we all bring our own unique gifts. So in that sense, there is no competition. So part of the old culture was competition. There is no competition, because if we really bring fully our own unique, authentic gifts through, my gifts are going to be different from yours, even if we're in the same field. That's one of the things I've come to realize. If I write a book and you write a book and they're on the same subject, we're still going to end up with two totally different books saying different things, and we may certainly overlap, but they're going to be two unique contributions. So there is no competition, there's only cooperation. So we're moving from me to we, and one of the things that gets in the let me start with an example of that I've had recently of really joyful and effective co-creation. And I am in the process of preparing my Sitting with Death and Choosing Life program. And part of that program is a series of recorded conversations I'm doing with friends and practitioners who have an interest in death, dying, grief and loss, and process of transformation. And so I'm about halfway through recording my conversations right now, and I just absolutely love it. Conversation has always been an aspect of creativity that I found really easy and fulfilling. And of course, it's available to us at any time to have a conversation, just to sit down with somebody. I'm sure you do it all the time too. But there are particular kinds of conversation when we're really deeply listening to ourselves and to each other, and giving each other space and giving ourselves space and building on what the other says. Really listening. That these, what I call deep discovery conversations, can take us into, bring new insights, new learning, uncover what we didn't know we knew, uncover our wisdom in a new way, just as writing can, or other forms of creation. So in these recorded conversations I've been doing this week, that's exactly what's been happening. When we come together and I have my particular perspective and you have yours, and we're attempting to find a common ground, we create a bigger energy field together. And that bigger energy field builds momentum as well. So for me, as the initiator of this project, to have other people coming in and bringing their energy and bringing their ideas and their wisdom and their insights and their knowledge and building this bigger energy field for me is an incredible gift. It's an incredible gift to me, and it's an incredible gift to the projects, and hopefully to those of you who participate in it, because it builds this creative energy field which is bigger than any of us could be on our own. That's what I love about co-creation. And when we really in that place of deep listening and discovery, we also kind of opening up a container. So that energy is not just coming from me and from the other. It's also coming in. It's a universal energy. It's an earth energy. It's a soul energy. So we can become, just by two of us sitting down together and talking, even if one of us is on the other side of the world, doesn't matter. We create this much bigger energy field and container for inspiration. Absolutely stunning. So simple. So simple. But stunning form of co-creation. However, so that's one form of co-creation that I really love and do as much as I can. I've also, through my life, as I'm sure you have, had very difficult experiences of co-creation, quite painful experiences of co-creation, and it's given me much food for thought. And I think one of the reasons this is why it's so difficult for some of us to co-create at times is because we are in this transition to our authentic selves. So, and part of that is that we're in a process of differentiating. So as I discover more of who I truly am, I also, in a certain stage of that, become more aware of how I'm different from you. And so when we're in this process of differentiating, becoming our unique selves, our egos can arise up in the way that they do, with all their energy. And so instead of getting alongside of each other and making space for each other and respecting each other and really listening to each other and appreciating each other's gifts, which is a co-creative mentality, we can get into this egoic mentality, which is more competitive, which is more about power, which is about, I'm right and you're wrong, and I'm going to show you that I'm right, and I'm going to show you that I'm the one that has all the answers. So we move from a process of discovery into a process of struggle. That's the old paradigm. But, it's part of our process too. So when it happens, when it arises, when we find ourselves in that, it's something to be reflected upon and learned from. So yeah, this process, experimenting with co-creation, is an opportunity for us to learn how to move beyond ego, to move into the shared vision and the shared intention. I think that's really important for any act of co-creation, is that we're not just showing up here. I'm not just showing up here right now to show you how clever I am, or it's not about me. This is about trying to connect with you, expressing something that's important to me, which I hope is also important to you, sharing ideas, sharing more of the abundance and covering more of the abundance that's always here. And it is this ongoing process of experimentation and discovery, which we call co-creation. So I think that's enough for today. Just a few ideas, just a few seeds. And happy co-creating. Thanks for listening.